getting ready for the Christmas season?
Oh yeah, the only
Yes.
people that I bought presents for are my grandkids so far.
Yeah.
Because that's what really matters.
But to say that's the most important right there,
Right.
isn't it? Yeah.
But she bought these back in July.
No.
She's been buying them all year, starting in
Yeah.
February, just stacking them up.
Stocking a whole
That's right.
closet full.
We have a very strict no tinsel before turkey policy, and
Okay.
that includes gifts. We don't start anything till after Thanksgiving, which is scary because we have a shorter period of time this year,
Yeah.
between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But we're getting there.
You mentioned tinsel.
Yeah.
Do you know that tinsel is one of the top reasons that pets end up choking to death
I could see
at
that.
Christmas? I never knew that. I'm 59 years old and I just learned that today.
I did not
I
realize
know, you
that.
gotta be careful with the tinsel.
All right.
In fact, they recommend you don't even use it.
Well, we don't literally use, when I say no tinsel before turkey, we don't really use tinsel.
It's just fun
'Cause it just
alliteration.
gets-
It's
yeah,
just fun alliteration.
It just gets everywhere, but we don't do anything Christmas related till after Thanksgiving.
Very good. Now, did y'all have your Christmas party yet?
No, we
Brian
have not.
Insurance,
This
when was it
week.
coming up?
Yeah, it's this week.
Alright.
We're excited.
Wonder if Rick was gonna dance on the table again
No, but he
this
gets
year.
to wear a costume.
Does he really?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Now, what are y'all doing for your
Should I
party this
tell?
year?
I don't care.
We're having a 1920s themed
Ooh.
murder mystery dinner.
I knew that. I totally knew that.
Yeah.
Well, aren't you special?
So,
A little bit.
so we're supposed to dress like, 1920s Great Gatsby kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And Rick didn't have to buy anything.
No.
The man owns several of those. Yeah, no, he
Yeah.
looks great.
I, on the other hand, did.
He'll never need a T-shirt for the
No.
rest of his life.
Oh, Lord,
Yeah.
you don't even
Isn't that
know.
crazy?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with owning T-shirts.
No, he just has every single T-shirt of everything ever manufactured in this world.
And within 2 minutes, he can put his hand on any of them.
I'm sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
That's good because
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. He literally has. I'm not exaggerating. 3 times more clothes than I do.
I'm not surprised at all. I'm not
Anyway.
So
shocked.
what's the tip this week?
Well, we thought about, because of Christmas coming up, people buying gifts, and there's some limitations on homeowners policies, so we thought we would talk about that.
Yes. So basically, these are special limits that insurance companies put on the homeowners policies to help them out. So these would be including collections, but primarily what we wanted to talk about is jewelry. Because there is a special limit on jewelry, watches, and furs of $500. Now, this isn't every policy, but this is the standard limit that if you get a basic policy will be on there. You get $500. What they want you to do is they want you to take that $8,000 ring, the Rolex watch, the, whatever you bought your significant other, and schedule it on your policy.
Okay.
That's what they're asking you to do.
Right.
Okay, so is this like protection if somebody comes into your house for the holidays and then all of a sudden this is missing?
Yeah.
Missing, or
yeah.
you took it, on a trip and lost it,
Oh,
or
okay.
stolen.
Yeah.
So-
That's the idea.
So this needs to be specifically added to your policy
It
if it's a
does.
large ticket item like one of those, like a piece of jewelry or something.
And some companies will bump that $500 limit up, but it's still not as broad a coverage as if you schedule it. And scheduling it is not very expensive. It's surprisingly inexpensive.
Yeah.
And if you have, of course, I'm talking about myself. If you have, hundred thousands of dollars worth of jewelry, that's a joke. Don't break into my house. I don't have $500 worth of jewelry, but if you have, serious joking aside, if you have a large amount of jewelry and you keep it in a safe, make sure your agent knows that, because sometimes you can get a credit if you keep your jewelry in a safe when you're not wearing it. Because there are people that have some pretty high dollar things, and so scheduling it is sometimes they'll schedule it on the homeowners. Sometimes they'll write you a separate policy. And you can also, what are some other things, Brad? Guns?
Guns, yes. Those are, when it's a single firearm that goes missing or stolen, that is covered under your policy. It's when you get up into the collections, when you get the 10, the 15, the 20, that's when it starts becoming an issue. You need to start looking at a separate policy for those types of items, and there are companies out there that specifically write collection type items. Your baseball card collection, your firearm gun collection.
We did one on a book. Somebody had some old, can't think of what you call them, books, very valuable books
Okay.
that we did a collection.
That's
We wrote
correct.
on the policy.
Would that apply to like electronics or anything? Let's say you had a number of computers in your house or something, or do those cover under the
Well,
policy?
now is that for personal use or is that a collection?
Oh, it's personal use.
Then that's different. That falls under a different category.
Oh,
This
sure.
is when you
Yeah.
start getting into, I own a collection of antique computers from, the punch cards.
Got it.
That's when you start looking at the other side.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And
All right.
another real big benefit of scheduling is your deductible is almost always lower than your homeowner's policy. So we schedule our guns, and we do not have a gun collection, but we schedule our guns because if one goes missing, our deductible is not gonna, so anyway, that's our tip today.
That's a great tip. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of that because I know that, our umbrella policy and things like that we have in our homeowners insurance, I thought that would cover those things. I didn't know that if we have specific items, and I don't think we have any expensive jewelry, we might have one or two pieces of inherited jewelry that my wife has that we probably need to put on a schedule.
You probably do. Because, like you said, you need to first look at your policy and see what the special limit is.
Right.
And then make the educated decision. Do I want to add this or not?
And you guys can give us a quote on that. So we called you up, we said, here's what we have, here's what the appraisal value is on this item. What kind of quote will we need to do and what will be deductible and all those things?
Of
That's
course,
correct.
yes, we can.
That's great.
Another thing that's limited, and you can't really schedule this, but only $100 worth of money is so if somebody breaks into your house and they steal your thousands of dollars you have sitting around, you're getting $100.
Yeah.
So keep your money in a safe too if you keep lots of cash. So
Very good. How do we get hold of it?
Yeah.
But did you
No,
have-
I had one more question. You mentioned bouillon or something earlier. What was that?
Oh yeah, this is on the list. This is, for when you're cooking. For some odd reason, they
I'm guessing it's a different kind of bouillon. I'm guessing it's a different kind of bouillon. If you happen to keep gold, you have gold in the house. Is that what you were talking about earlier, right?
That's what we were talking about earlier. So it's anything pre-coin minted. So
Right.
large, you can get the bars of gold, the bars of silver.
Right.
I've seen bars of copper now.
Huh.
Because, it's any valuable, pure.
And you should schedule that
Yes.
as well. I know several people who at their home safe just for as a savings they have a very small but tiny bars of gold. That would be something you'd want to schedule that separately as well, right?
That's correct.
along with the gold and silver, which that's limited to $500 as well, valuable papers like if you have deeds, evidence of debt, letters of credit, passports, tickets, airline tickets, $500 is the limit.
Oh wow, okay. So those are things that we should have listed out.
Or if sometimes some of those things you can't schedule necessarily, but you need to just know your homeowner's policy is not going to protect you
Got
if
it.
that happens.
That's good information. I like it. Good tips.
Very good. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you next week. How do we get a hold of you?
You can call us at 940-549-2525. Come see us, second floor Sierra Bank Building, or visit us online at www.bryanins.com.
All right, Brad, you behave yourself at the Christmas party this year.
I always do.
You know what?
And I have pictures
Now,
of
Don't
last
don't have fun. It's a party. Have a good time. Let your hair down.
You're trouble.
How about you let your hair down?
Oh, that was awesome.
Perfect. That was
That was
perfect.
awesome.
That was awesome. Well done,
Is your
sir.
neck bugging you?